Great. Welcome to Showit. Once your share key is in and you've opened up your website, this is what you're going to see. So we have over here on the left your mobile view of your website, and on the right your desktop view. Down here at the bottom, you can change that to just desktop only or mobile only. If your screen is big enough, I recommend doing desktop and mobile at the same time, just because any change that you make over here to your desktop one is going to be impacted on mobile. So you want to make sure text isn't going to clash or anything like that. So it's always good to see both at the same time. And if you can't, you're making changes on desktop, just make sure to come over and check mobile when you're complete with the edits. You will see this bar over here on the left. So right now we are on the home page and it's breaking down each canvas of the home page. So you can click into any of these in order to make edits. You can also click right on the screen to make edits, or within this bar over on the left over here. It's up to you, and whatever is easier for you, you'll kind of get into a flow as you go with that. And then you'll see there's a difference between site and page. So right now we're on page view. We're seeing all of the canvases in the page view. If we click on over to site, we're going to see all of the pages that are available to us. So if we want to go make changes on the about page, we would hit that. And then we could come back to this page view here, and then we could see all of these different canvases and make edits wherever we want to make edits. On the right side over here, there are a bunch of different options, so we'll walk through some of them. When you see we're on page view over here, we have a different menu than when we're clicked into one of those canvases. So this is kind of your overall page information. The only thing that you really need to be focused on here is this SEO settings option, because this is where you're going to come in and use keywords to fill in here for your page title, meta description, and add an image. Once you're done editing your website, it's going to help people find you and find your services. And then if we come back over here into page, so then we're looking at things on a canvas by canvas basis. You have your canvas menu. Only thing to really note here is your stacking order. That's not always kind of something that comes into play, but if you're finding if you for some reason wanted to kind of like move the text up here and move this image down here, you'll see that it kind of disappears behind the next canvas. And that's because the stacking order on this top canvas is lower than the one beneath it. So you would need to increase the stacking order in order to see this image overlap onto the next canvas. And then you'll see while we're clicked into this image, there's a bunch of different options. So if you can edit the image in here, we can change the position. Showit's kind of one of its quirks is like you put in your image and then can't really like kind of move it around except for with this position. So if we wanted her all the way over here, we could choose to do that. And your size and position options. The whole point of these templates is to be designed so that you don't have to really mess with this, but you'll see if we're in that navigation menu that this is locked over toward the right side, so that when we're previewing the site, that logo sticks close with our menu bar up there. But so that's kind of the purpose of that. If for some reason you wanted it all the way on the other side, you could check that left button, preview it, and you're going to see it sticking all the way over here now. All right, let's put that back. let's come back into this canvas. So again, I wouldn't worry too much about a lot of these things. It really is going to depend your click action. So if you wanted this image to link somewhere, I'll have another video on how to link anything, but we'll talk through this. This is really just your Showit basics. So yes, we'll get into these individual bars and tabs as we go through these tutorials. The other big things that you need to know are if you wanted to add in a text box somewhere, if we wanted to add in text up here, we would come down to this little T. You'll see when you input your fonts and colors, if you are changing them, that it's going to default to the style that we put in. So if we wanted to add a subhead, that's defaulting to the style that we have in here, and we can move it around. We can come over here, change the font if we wanted to, change the color of it if we wanted to. And again, we'll dive a little bit deeper into this as we go. Next, you have, so for your social grid, all of these templates have kind of your social section already included if it's there. But if you did want to add one, you can click on that and then, double click here to set up your Instagram account. Again, we'll go through that in other videos. You can add a gallery. If you want to put a video in, you can. Your embed code, so that's like if you use something like Flowdesk and you want to incorporate the little embed code for that so people can sign up for your freebies, we can do that. Adding in icons, so it always defaults to that smiley face, but you can, again, we'll go through this a little deeper, but you can change it over here, put something else, and add an icon to your page if that's what you want to do. And then some shapes. So you'll see, this rectangle here is just a rectangle that was added here. And that's going to be, if you notice over in this left bar, that's dragged all the way to the bottom, because if it was at the top, we wouldn't be able to see anything. So when you add a shape to the page, when you add anything to the page, it's going to end up being the top thing that you see. And if you need it to live behind something else, you're just going to drag that back down. So now we can see that. And we can see the text, and that's beneath everything. And then finally, you have your media library. So that's going to be this button here. You're going to come into here, and you can kind of see there, this is where I've uploaded all of my images, all of, like freebie covers and stuff like that. I have a trillion different photos for client work and template work and all of that stuff. So you can organize your stuff into photos, or you can just upload it to that main upload section. Once it's in there, you can come in and swap out anything for anything that's in your image library. So it makes it really easy when you do that. So that's kind of like a, basic overview to Showit. We'll get into site canvases in another video. But this is really just kind of understanding your Showit layout when you come in here. If you've never been in here before, this is what you're going to see.